Legends that have been told for thousands of years? What if one of them was just a complete and total lie? Today, we are diving deep into an incredible story that all starts with a single broken promise from a god, an act of betrayal so huge it twists a hero into a villain and kicks off a catastrophe that echoes through time.
So it all kicks off with this quote right here, a promise that's broken the second it's made. See, this powerful warrior, Diablo, he helps the god Odin take down a tyrant. The only thing he wants in return? Freedom. But Odin, well, he goes back on his word. He imprisons Diablo, tells the world he's a danger. It's a cold, cynical move that doesn't just trap a warrior. It creates a myth that becomes a tragedy for centuries to come.
And for thousands of years, Diablo just stays there, imprisoned. History, of course, is written by the victors, or in this case, his betrayers, and he gets recast as this cowardly prince of liars. Odin's lie literally becomes legend. And that legend stays buried, totally forgotten, until the year 2025, when a very old, very cursed book is about to drag the ugly truth back into the light. Okay, so let's fast forward to right now. That ancient lie is about to slam into our modern world because of this cursed book. And right at the center of it all are two young women who are about to make a very, very big mistake. Let's meet our main characters. On one side, you've got Maxine. She's super smart, a total cynic, an expert in ancient languages, but she has practically zero magical ability. And then you have her complete opposite, Enid. She's kind, new in town, and just so happens to stumble upon a mysterious old summoning book in her new house. You can probably see where this is going. Their paths are about to cross, and it's gonna be a disaster. But here's the thing. This isn't just any old spellbook. It's basically a record of failure. It's filled with stories of all these powerful witches who tried to summon this demon, Diablo, and every single one of them failed. Now, for most of us, that's a giant red flag, right? A clear sign to just leave it alone. But for someone as arrogant and brilliant as Maxine, it's a challenge she just can't resist. And so, a really dumb bargain is made. Enid, who is curious, says she'll give Maxine the book if she actually does the summoning ritual. Maxine jumps at the chance. She completely dismisses Diablo, calling him the Prince of Liars, a coward. She honestly thinks he's the most pathetic, weakest demon in all of mythology. Oh boy, she could not be more wrong. All right, this brings us to the Dirk dimension. Maxine, armed with her big brain and this legendary cursed book, thinks she's got it all under control. But this is the exact moment where her arrogance leads them into a total catastrophe. And here is their fatal mistake. Maxine, she struggles a bit, but she finally gets the ancient words right. But her magic is so weak that nothing happens. Or that's what she thinks. What actually happens is the spell backfires. It doesn't summon the demon to them. It pulls them straight into his prison. The book wasn't a summoning manual. It was a one-way key to his cell. So all of a sudden, their situation is just awful. They're stuck in this bleak, featureless prison. The spell to get back home doesn't work. And then the book, their only hope, just bursts into flames and turns to ash. They are trapped, they're powerless, and then they slowly realize there's a figure sitting in a cage in the corner. They are definitely not alone. But the voice that speaks from the shadows isn't some roaring monster. It's calm. It's analytical. Diablo just coolly explains that, no, he didn't destroy their book. Maxine's own weak magic did. He says she basically tortured the powerful book until it just burned itself out. In that one sentence, the entire legend of a pathetic, cowardly demon just shatters. What's left is this unsettlingly intelligent, articulate man. So their main goal now is pretty simple: escape. But this is where the story goes from weird to completely mind-bending, because getting out of this prison isn't the end of their problems. Oh no, it's just the beginning of a journey that's going to break their whole concept of reality. After a pretty chaotic escape that involves another prisoner and a really powerful witch named Laxi who doesn't like them very much, the group finally gets a new spellbook. They immediately cast a teleportation spell, desperate to get home. But the world they land in is absolutely not 21st century Earth. And this is where the sheer scale of their problem hits them. Laxi, who's the magic expert, realizes they haven't just traveled through time, they've been thrown into a whole previous cosmic cycle, a completely different version of Earth that existed before our own universe was even born. The laws of physics, the laws of magic, everything's different. They are well and truly stranded. Which brings up this massive central mystery. A simple teleportation spell should never have been able to cross cosmic cycles. Laxi herself says that kind of power is impossible. So someone, or something, with unimaginable power deliberately manipulated their escape and sent them to this ancient alien Earth. The big question is, why? So now they are completely lost. They're stuck on this ancient Earth, their magic doesn't work right, and they have to look for answers from the locals. But this primeval world is ruled by a pretty ruthless king, and they're about to get the worst kind of attention. So while they're trying to get information in a city, Enid accidentally disrespects the local royalty. Whoops. She's immediately grabbed by this arrogant, cruel crown prince, Jonathan, who accuses her of being a spy and just drags her off to his castle. And this is the moment that the whole myth of the cowardly demon is just violently torn to shreds and set on fire. To save Enid, Diablo unleashes just a tiny fraction of his real power. He doesn't just fight the crown prince and his 20 elite guards, he executes them. He rips the hearts from all 21 of their chests in a single, terrifying instant. Of course, news of this massacre reaches the prince's father, King Majin. But here's the thing about the king. He isn't interested in revenge for his son. He's intrigued. He shows up in the city not to mourn, but to find, and maybe even recruit, the creature powerful enough to wipe out his entire royal guard by itself. And now, two absolute titans are about to collide. We've just seen Diablo's terrifying power, but as he stands up to King Majin, he is about to face an opponent who is on a completely different level of existence. This is truly an unwinnable fight. This moment shows you who Diablo really is. He instantly sizes up King Majin and realizes he's only got about a 20% chance of winning. The only way he could win is to unleash his full, uncontrollable dark form, but that would probably kill his own friends in the process. So he makes a choice. He's going to fight a battle he knows he will lose just to protect them. The fight is, well, it's not much of a fight. It's swift and it's brutal. Diablo has thousands of years of combat experience, but it means nothing against Majin's raw, overwhelming power. The king doesn't just beat him, he plays with him, just effortlessly batting away every attack before crushing Diablo with one final devastating blow. And that's the stark reality. Their protector, the one person who could possibly stand up to the horrors of this world, has been completely and utterly defeated. He's dragged away, unconscious, and thrown into a dungeon. With Diablo out of the picture, the king's sadistic witch Mia takes over. Now she has him, Enid, Maxine, and Laxi all to herself, and she makes it perfectly clear that their future is going to involve a whole lot of pain. And that is where this arc leaves us. They are trapped, they're powerless, and their only protector is broken and in a cage. So how in the world can they possibly survive this? And maybe more importantly, what is the secret behind Enid's bizarre immunity? The one girl who felt zero fear in the face of all this overwhelming power might just be the one unexpected key to it all. All right, welcome to The Explainer. To get the first major twist, the whole invasion, it turns out, was just a carefully constructed performance. And for the so the